All right, hey guys, so we have a Move Home program for you to understand. We're going to do the intro and the explanation now, okay? So check it out. The goals for the program are pretty simple. It's for it to be a very simple yet very effective program for results. It should be challenging yet doable for all fitness levels, you'll see that. And then, of course, it should be doable at home. That's the big one right now. Next, how it works. So you'll be receiving this from me. You'll see these little cards, these pictures of the workouts, all right? Little infographic. And there's going to be a total of 6 workouts. This is the first one. And what happens is, just like in Move, if you've ever done my Move program, it's going to be in intervals. So it's an intervals program where there's 40 seconds of go and then 20 seconds of rest, okay? So during any given move, you'll be doing that move, starting from the top, for 40 seconds, followed by a 20-second rest, then starting up on the next move for 40 seconds, then a 20-second rest, and so on and so forth. 40 seconds of go, 20 seconds of rest in between each move. Moving on, once you get to the bottom, you've done all 7 moves. After the 20-second rest, here at the bottom, you go back to the top to do the whole thing back through again. How many times through do you go? It depends on what level. I'll show you the levels next. But that's how the circuit works. Moving on, really simple with this program. This is kind of like the idea behind it. The reason Move is so vaguely named as a program, it's just Move, because people just need to move, and we just need to do, really, these 3 things at all times during the program. And if you answer yes to them, you're doing a great job. And that is breathing heavy, are your muscles burning, and do you feel safe from injury while you're doing this? Do you feel confident in the movement? And if you can't answer yes, then you need to text me, and then we'll keep going. But that's how this works. Just make it work for you, make it challenging yet doable. Moving on, workout levels. So I've gone over 3 levels here. Basically, level 1 is what you should try first, and once you've tested the waters at level 1, then you can think about level 2 or level 3. So level 1 is just during your rest period, you just don't do anything. 20 seconds of not moving. And you'll go through the whole circuit 2 times. Through all 7 moves 2 times. Level 2 is going through 3 times, and also during your 20-second rest period, it'll be a I call it restercise, or what's actually called active recovery. And you'll do a jog in place, or you'll do some sort of jumping jack, whether it be a jumping jack or a stepping jack if you don't like to jump. It's sideways movement with your arms, and I'll demonstrate those too. But 3 times through with those active recovery moves. The final one is the most difficult, and that is going through 4 whole times through all 7 movements. And that's with a slow burpee. So this isn't like a fast burpee. This is just getting up on the ground, kind of casually, getting up, jumping with hands overhead, the burpee, which I'll explain the burpee too. So those are the workout levels. Tips to make any exercise easier or harder. When I'm explaining these moves, I'll make these suggestions as I go. But in general, so you understand how to modify it for yourself, if I don't mention a good modification in the video explanation, which will come later, you can just make these self-adjustments yourself. Pretty easy. Any given movement, if you increase the range of motion, it makes it harder. If you decrease the range of motion, it makes it easier. If you increase or decrease the speed, that one's pretty easy to understand. Faster is harder, slower is easier. Placing hands or feet higher or lower on a surface. So like a push-up, if you put your hands on a high surface, it's easier. If you put your hands on a lower surface, like a chair, it's harder. And of course, the floor being the hardest. Moving on, add or remove aid for stability. So you can add elements of instability, like there's ways to do things on one leg, or if there is a movement that you can't do right, like a lot of people don't do lunges very well by themselves, I always recommend having a stability object of some sort. But once you are kind of flowing and you're looking good, you can think about taking your hand off of it if you feel safe, going back to the safety, and rocking it out that way. Or adding more instability. like hands overhead makes the lunge more stable, for instance. Those are ways to make it easier or harder. Moving on, reasons to stop exercising and to text me. If you feel dizzy or sick, you're done, text me. All right, if you feel an injury developing, you're like, this knee's acting up and it doesn't seem to be getting better, stop and text me. Finally, if you have chest pain, stop and text me. All right, we'll decide if it's good pain or bad pain, and then we'll move forward from there after the text. All right, we have how to track your workout. Well, hello, kitty. Yes, anyway, so tracking your workout is an optional thing, as you can see. And I recommend it because it's motivational, but if you're just like, I don't want to write things, then whatever, just get your good workout. You'll get the results. You don't need to track nothing. If you're working hard, you know you're getting results. You don't have to track it. But I find it very motivational, so write down your reps for each round. You can get a piece of paper, write down all the moves. Write down the modifications you chose. Like if you used a lunge but you didn't go all the way down, be like, I did a 50% lunge, Or if you have, and this is obviously optional too, have a heart rate monitor. I really want you guys to try to get in the yellow and orange zone as often and as long as you can throughout all these workouts. If you don't have a heart rate monitor, basically you should be breathing in this program in such a way that it would be hard to have a conversation with somebody. All right, that's the general rule there. Okay, that's it, guys. If you have any other questions, you can call or text me. Have fun.